I watched most of the Pro Wrestling Noah Last Love show from the Tokyo Dome with Muto's final match. Said to be around 30,000 fans in the building, which is more than New Japan had for this year's Wrestle Kingdom. They had wrestlers from Pro Wrestling Noah, New Japan, Tokyo Joshi Pro, DDT, Dragon Gate. They were all there. There were 4 matches pitting New Japan talent against Noah talent, and New Japan swept every single one of those matches. I question the wisdom in Noah not winning at least one match on their own show. Geto and Taiji Ishimori, representing Bullet Club, they beat Mazada and Nosawa in what was billed as Nosawa's final match. He took the loss for his team in under 5 minutes. Nosawa wanted it to be Ishimori, who ended his career. So he's on his knees, his arms are outstretched. He's telling him basically, finish me off. He even leaned back and told his partner, when his partner tried to roll into the ring, he told his partner, get out of the ring. Stay back, stay out of this. And then he turned back to face Ishimori, who was standing there crying. And he gave Ishimori the cutthroat signal to go ahead and end it. And he did. And Nosawa and Ishimori, they first met in Mexico something like 20 years ago, I think. Ishimori looked up to him as a mentor and as a friend. It's one of those deals where when you are new to the business and you're away on excursion and you're in this foreign country and you don't know anybody, you form a bond with the people who help you out and who look out for you. And that was the nature of their relationship. Nosawa looked out for him. So a lot of people may not even know that story, but knowing it made the finish more meaningful, even though the match itself was very short. And really, the match itself was nothing to write home about. But if you have the context and you know the backstory, then you could see why the finish was so emotional, because you see Ishimori crying, and it's like, well, why is he crying? Well, if you know the backstory, then you know why. Then Hiromu Takahashi, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, pinned Amakusa, the GHC Junior Heavyweight Champion. Very good match. The match I was looking forward to the most, though, was Okada, the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, against Kaito Kiyomia, the GHC Heavyweight Champion. Non-title, of course. For the first time ever, coming out of that great work-shoot angle they did, it went the way that I figured it would, with Okada coming out on top, as he should have, because Kiyomia is not at his level yet. Okada walked in. He was very dismissive of this kid. Kiyomia was intense, like he was out to prove something. Okada was treating this kid like an underling. And then it slowly got more competitive. Kiyomia started targeting the Rainmaker arm. He finally connected with the Rainmaker, but then he pulled Kiyomiya's head up before the 3 count. And I'm thinking, man, what a dick. Just so he could punish him some more, hit an Emerald Flosion, hit another Rainmaker, and then he pinned him. If this was the WWE Champion against the AEW Champion and Roman Reigns went over on MJF the way Okada did here, people would be shouting, what a burial this was. Oh, they would be shouting it from the highest... they would burn down the internet wrestling community. I could just imagine what the discourse would be like if that happened. If the plan is for another match, maybe Kiyomiya gets the win there. I hope they do another match. This one was excellent. This was an excellent match. I know why Noah agreed to this. They did a bigger crowd than New Japan did in the same building the month before. That does not happen without this match being added to the card to sell more tickets, so I get it. That's what they got out of it, but it's one of those short-term gain versus long-term benefit deals. If they continue the story with these two, then it's fine. This entire build was Okada just big-leaguing him and treating him like a chump. He didn't even accept the match officially until a week beforehand, even though they were already advertising it. He says, there's no match. I never agreed to this. He didn't bother to show up at the press conference last week. And then when the match was over, Okada immediately grabbed his belt. And this man could not have left that ring and could not have left that building fast enough. Even if it was only for this one match, though, I enjoyed the little throwback to the cocky Rainmaker persona from 10 years ago. I'd like to see more of that Okada, actually. But yeah, this was excellent. Hopefully not the last time we see it. Now, coming into this show, Muto said that he couldn't even walk. He tore both hamstrings. He didn't know how he was going to manage in the ring. I don't know how I'm going to do this. He said the wrestling gods were testing me. For a man who could barely walk and was being pushed around in a wheelchair for the whole week, he looked more than capable in the ring. And he ended up having a very good match when you consider his limitations. He got in the ring. Well, even before that, he got the big entrance. And they were mixing what I guess were all of his old entrance songs. So we got the big spectacular entrance. He was going one-on-one with Tetsuya Naito. And we had Naito back in the main event at the Tokyo Dome, just not on the show that he probably wanted it to be on. Naito was selling his ass off, bumping his ass off for Muta. Muta went up top. He teased one final moonsault. He thought better of it. I think he would have exploded into a cloud of dust had he hit that. So he climbed down. Naito ends up winning with the Destino. And then during the post-match promo that Muta was giving in the ring, Muta looks over and he calls out Masahiro Chono, who was sitting at ringside doing commentary as he usually does. Chono has not wrestled a match in probably 8 or 9 years. He walks around with a giant walking stick now like he's Gandalf. And Muta challenged him to an impromptu match. And they played Chono's music, and he got up, and he got into the ring for what turned out to be a secret main event. This is like that secret main event we got at WrestleMania 36 at the Performance Center. After Drew McIntyre beat Brock Lesnar, then he wrestled the Big Show, and they aired that on Raw, I think, the following night. We got a secret main event. I'm thinking back to which was the better of the two. Which was the better of the two matches here. At least this one was kept short. But how fitting. After all of these final matches that Muta has had over the past couple of months, that what was supposed to be his final match, like his real final match, ended up lasting not even 5 minutes. But what was cool about it was that Chono never got a proper retirement of his own. And here, not only did he get that match, he got it at the Tokyo Dome, and he got it with a win. You know, they didn't do much. They had a long collar and elbow tie-up. Chono hit a Shining Wizard. He locked in the STF for the he locked in the STF with an Apple Watch on. So the watch was like digging into Muta's face, and Muta tapped out. Muta lost back-to-back matches. That may have been the biggest shock of all. But these two men, they debuted together on the very same day in 1984. They were in a Young Lions match against each other. Muto won that match. Muto won that match. Chono won this one. They came in together and they went out together. If that isn't great storytelling, I don't know what is.